I literally look like Ratatouille's asshole today, and the show just has to go on. So hopefully I'm just funnier in this video to make up for it. What is up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of the Unhinged Diaries podcast. I think that's our theme song now. She's in this bitch. So at this point, expect that every episode. As you can see, today's episode is going to be on If He Wanted To, He Would, Trisha Paytas, Moses, and Jason Nash edition. And what really inspired this episode was I was in my feelings the other day. I'm not gonna lie. I was really in my feelings because I got on these 2 dates with these 2 different men who treated me so well. And then it's like, you ever go through those moments you get treated well from somebody, you think about that one guy you were so infatuated with who literally treated you like a doormat. That was me with my situationship last year, where I was like in my feelings. I'm like, dang, this man, you would create these scenarios like, oh my god, like he's so confusing, like he says that he likes me, blah 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 blah. No, baby, if he wanted to, he would. Because then when you come across that guy who treats you like, oh my god, I don't even have to question it, like this guy likes me, it's like it's a poosh. What really inspired this episode is I've been seeing so many TikToks on my For You page of Trisha and Moses just sharing their beautiful moments with their children. And it's like, if you stuck around with Trisha Paytas a long time, you know she's been through it in her dating life. And especially with Jason specifically. And it's like, it's crazy. This one man she was so infatuated with who made her beg for the things that she wanted, yet Moses gave it to her like it was nothing. So there's the, if he wanted to, he would. So I wanted to make this a whole episode because I really came across this video, which I'll leave on the screen. Definitely check out the original video because it's everything is basically what I'm going to be going off of for this episode. And it's just insanity how Jason like treated Trisha Paytas and then what she's experienced now with Moses. And I really hope that this episode gives hope to women out there, women, men, anyone out there who's like confused by someone. They're so like in it emotionally and they think this guy's confusing. It's humbling, but I promise you, like, things are never as complicated as we make them out to be. And I definitely just wanted to turn that into a whole episode of like, damn, if he wanted to, he would. And Moses gave her everything she ever wanted. And Jason, there's reasons why he never gave her anything. And we're just going to turn that to the whole conversation of he did not like her. And that's going to be a big wee. So if you want to know all about my thoughts and opinions and basically the breakdown of Jason never really liking Trisha and Moses giving her everything that she wanted because if he wanted to, he would, then keep on listening or watching. So if we go back, like backity back to the very beginning before Jason and Trisha before they even started dating, Jason, of course, as you guys know, was once married and has 2 children with his ex-wife. And when he got out of that relationship, you can tell he was not like ready for something serious. He much basically made it abundantly clear that he wanted to date casually. And the thing that's even crazier, and I really want this to be pinpointed, like keep this in the back of your mind for this whole episode, is the fact that like his ex-wife she is an extremely successful producer in the music/entertainment industry business. And the fact that like for him, it's like, can you imagine like being with someone that's so successful, then you're just trying to like get to where you want to be, success and career wise. So like keep that in the back of your mind because that's going to be a whole conversation within itself when a man is intimidated by a woman's success. Because I really do feel like that should correlate with Trisha and how he felt with Trisha. So keep a little pin in that. So basically he got out of this marriage, he's going back into the dating world, and you can tell he was like, I'm just ready to date casually again. Like all he really did care about was his career and just really just trying to elevate that. He really did care about being funny and comedic in that regard, correlating with his career, and weight loss meant a lot to him. Keep that also in the back of your mind, where fitness really did matter to him. Even if he had his moments where he's inconsistent and like slacked off, really did prioritize not letting himself go too far or always trying to get back into like eating healthier and working out and being fit. And just having that as his lifestyle. So if you connect that with Trisha Paytas, Trisha from the get-go, she's like, I want to get married. We saw that woman crying on the kitchen floor, you know, saying like, I just want to be loved. Like, that's all that woman ever wanted. And we all been there. We've all cried with her, bitch. I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking for myself. I used to be weird and cry with her. I don't know. Because I just felt for her. She talked about how she wanted to get married, wanted to have kids, and how she was self-sabotage in, you know, relationships because she just could not trust people. She had, you know, past trauma in regard to, like, you know, past relationships. And of course, as we all know, she loves a mukbang. She loves to eat, and she really does just made a living off of that, for crying out loud. So you can already connect those two things. The relationship was doomed from the start. It really was. Like, they both obviously completely wanted two different things. And I think the biggest red flag here is the fact that, like, when you really do, I'm gonna like insert a lot of clips on the screen for those that are actually watching or even listening, how on the first date with Trisha and Jason, which by the way, they were set up on a date, like Friends was like, yo, you should go on a date with Trisha and blah blah blah. So it's basically, you know, little setup or whatever. And the first fucking date, this man stood up Trisha twice.
I got flaked on. I'm seriously done. I texted said person at, what time did I text them? Oh, 2:45. We had plans. He asked me Friday, hey, what are you doing Monday? Perfect, pick you around 5. Cool. Around 2:45, I had a feeling he was gonna flake. I'm like, you know what, I'll just text, you know, in case, whatever. All right, guys, so last week, I told you I got stood up. Remember when I was all pretty sitting on this very couch, and I was like, he stood me up 25 minutes before. Well, look who came through.
Hey!
The guy who stood me up.
Morning date.
Morning date at 9 a.m. And then after he stood me up, he's like, do you want to go out tomorrow at 9 a.m.? I was like, that is not a date.
I go to bed at like 7.
Twice. But here's the thing. On the conversation, if he wanted to, he would. There was a time where he was going on a date with this girl that he really, really liked. Like, it was literally his type. And that's the thing, too. And if he wanted to, he would. Always keep in mind on someone's exes and how they look and how they act. Because if you're the complete opposite of that, just know you're a placeholder for them until they find what they're looking for. And that is something I've learned the hard way. Like, that is something that is so humbling, because you can literally be everything. You could be the biggest pygmisha in the whole fucking world. You could give this man the cook tour and everything, bitch. You can give him the world. You can give him money, give him children. That man, if he does not want to, he will not. And especially if he already has a type in mind of what type of woman he would want to commit to, if you don't like fit within those requirements, bitch, he's not going to like invest. He's not. And that's the thing with, like, I really do want to like emphasis on the fact that, like, there was a date that he was going to go on and he was so excited about. He put so much energy and so much intention behind that. But when it came to Trisha, this man literally stood her up twice.
And then her mom started talking to Jason and I. Jason was just like head over heels for this woman. He was like, she's really, really, really something, huh? Really her. And then he brings her onto the stage and he gets her number on stage. And he's like completely like obsessed with this woman.
Oh, this is a no-brainer.
David, I've been stood up many times in my life. Really? And this has the stink of it. This has happened before. I'm having deja vu where like it's like a really hot girl and I'm like right there.
Oh, did you try calling her?
Yeah.
How many times?
Just 5. I've already sent like 6 texts. And the first ones are so funny. They're like, I'm cool, I'm just chilling, take your time. And then it gets like progressively worse. Like, yo, what's up? Like, I want to see you tonight. Literally,
right here.
like one of my best friends in the world.
Hi.
This is Brandon. And this is David, who I spend every day with.
Whoa, you guys are like super couple.
It's on.
You two are really hitting it off really quick. It's nice to see that he's found someone that he wants to marry. Brandon, why are you so weird right now?
Quick question. Hey, what are you doing here? You are super attractive. Like up here, man, it's just this is happening right now, and it's not.
My face is getting.
I'll be honest, you're way out of his league.
Are you like colorblind?
So like I said, from the beginning, they were already doomed because they both wanted two different things. But then there was the factor of the fact that, like, he already looked at Trisha, was like, oh, I'm not going to invest. I'm not going to put energy or, intention behind this, with this woman. I'm not going to. And it's so clear and it's so fucking sad from Trisha's point of view on the fact that it's like, girl, stand up. But I don't want to talk shit because, bitch, I've been there. I've been there. Woo-hoo! If my shit was public, y'all would have been like, really, bitch? Like, you are not one to talk, so I'm not going to, okay? No judgment here, Trisha. But it's just so sad. This man stood her up twice. Like, you can already tell from the get-go that, like, he just didn't have any intentions to really take her serious. And then I really do think in the beginning, like, they both emphasized on the fact that, like, they were not each other's type. And the fact that, like, they weren't each other's type, but then, like, they both really did enjoy each other's company. I think that's when, like, things started becoming very, like, interesting in the fact, like, whoa, we're not each other's type. We already both want two different things, but they really did grow to like each other. And you have to keep in mind on the fact that, like, Trisha is, like, thriving in her career at this time. Like I said, with Jason, he was already, like, he was so involved in the vlog squad. Like, he's a fucking, like, 40-year-old man chilling with 20-year-olds, like, trying to get success. Whereas Trisha, like, she really is that girl. Like, I'm sorry, she really is that girl. Like, she already had her success and she already just thrive in being her. Like, she just wants love and she wants to settle down. Whereas for him, it's like, you literally went backwards. Like, you already had love, flopped, had kids, and yet you're here struggling in your career. Whereas Trisha, she already got all that she wanted. Like, she's just looking for what she wants. She really did go into his next relationship where it's like, I feel like, and this might be a reach, but y'all know I like to reach. And it's the fact that, like, I really do feel like he was intimidated, again, Trisha Paytas' success. Like, I really do feel like he was low-key manifesting that because that was something he was obviously really insecure about. And the fact that he feels like he could be more financially stable, more thriving in his career. And this is my personal opinion as well, is I really do feel like he stuck around with Trisha as long as he did because of the benefits he was gaining from Trisha. Like, the thing is, like, there were so many red flags in the relationship, which we all know about, the compilations that have been going everywhere on TikTok where Trisha talked about it, where he would literally make fun of Trisha's eating issues. Like, he'll be like, oh my God, you ate too much, you should eat a salad. Like, out of pocket shit. Like, really fucking out of pocket, like, bold as hell.
You need to slow down on the food.
We've had one meal since we've been here.
Yeah, but we just...
That's my biggest pet peeve about you is the fact that you comment on people's food choices. I don't like that about you.
I comment on food choices?
Yeah.
I have ice cream now?
Yeah, it's like the middle of the day. It's hot.
On your channel, you do what?
I just eat for 2 hours straight. Andrea told you that when she first said, she's like, oh, this is Trish, she eats. That's literally what she said on your vlog.
Yeah, she did say that.
I just eat on my channel.
So you're big in, like, Ethiopia, where there's no food. No more. You already feel sick, so don't have any more.
Can I just, okay, you're done with the cake?
I'm done.
You know what I want to do just really bad? And if you're done with it, I'll just do it. I just want to, like, take it.
Trisha, what are you doing?
Okay, I'll be like this. I'll be like, here's the cake. You're a bit, no, Trisha, you can't eat that cake. Oh, it's cute. I'm marrying myself.
Okay, we're done. Put it down. You're just gonna feel gross. You already said you're gonna feel gross. I got my thumbnail.
And the thing is, it's like, you could tell he wanted out of that relationship, but, like, he did not want to hurt her because, of course, she had BPD and that girl did some questionable shit. Like, I love Trisha, but, like, she did some questionable shit and I get it. Like, we've all been there where we're like, we freaked out, especially if you have abandonment issues. Like, you freak out when someone's going to leave you. But BPD, I know that's just to a whole nother level, So there's that factor. But the whole point of everything is the fact that, like, you can just tell that, like, in my personal opinion, that he was benefiting more being with Trisha than being without. Because, of course, he was already thriving in the vlog squad, but the fact that he brought Trisha into his dynamic and they were getting crazy amount of views. Trisha's a fucking character. She's an icon. She already got herself established in the YouTube space by her fucking self, whereas him, he's here leeching off these fucking 20-year-olds. It's like, I really do feel like he was benefiting off of Trisha being with her than being without. So there was that aspect. That's the thing. When you're with a guy, like with the whole saying, if he wanted to, he would. A lot of the time, he's probably still lingering with you, even though he obviously doesn't want to fully commit to you and fully give you what you deserve. Because they won't. Because then if they do, it's like, well, shit, Like, they will, like, linger because the only reason why they will completely cut you off is because they're benefiting being with you. And that can go for anything. In this situation, I do feel like it was his career, like, being better. Like, it was benefiting being with Trisha than being without. But there are situations like us normal people where it's like, who knows, this guy's only hanging out with you because he's bored as fuck. He's lonely. So you're like fulfilling a need of his where he's like, you know, afraid to be alone. Or there's like the bigger factor where the guy's like, you know, sexual needs. Like, he's with you because he gets to hook up with you and benefit from like having that rather than not. It's like, that's really what it comes down to. So it's like, in my personal opinion, I really do feel like he was with Trisha because he was gaining, rather than like, if he ended things with her, then what the fuck does he have going on? So I really do feel like, in my personal opinion, that Jason is a weak man. Like, Jason Nash is a weak man because he has this continuing pattern of being intimidated by women with success, especially more success than him. Because here's the thing. This is how you know you got a weak ass man, okay? Here's me spitting my shit, okay? If this ruffles some feathers, I'm fucking sorry. But when you're a weak man and a woman's more successful than you, that should be fucking like you should be inspired by that. You should be like having more respect towards that woman. Like, oh my god, this girl got her shit together. That is so beautiful. I'm so inspired by her. If anything, I want to either learn from her or grow better so I could, like, you know, it should motivate me to be a better version of myself. That's the fucking point of relationships, first of all. Like, even if you are, you know, there's always going to be that dynamic where someone's a little bit more successful, has a little more than you. That should inspire you. Or that should at least make you have more respect for them. But Jason, you could tell he's a weak ass man because you could tell he was intimidated by that. Because it's like, a real fucking man, like, that's the thing. Like, there's these couple of fucking TikToks I came across where, like, that conversation of a man being intimidated by a woman's success.
A weak man is intimidated by a woman who can do all of the same shit as he can. Because at that point, some of the inefficiencies is pointed back at him. And now he got to step his shit up as a man. And most men don't have that in their bag. And I don't understand why a lot of the conversations is about how a man should be able to go out into the world, have his ambitions, bring home the chicken, and a woman should submit to the leadership of a man. But in reality, these women can do a lot of the same shit that a man could do. I just don't understand. When you really that guy and you run into a woman with motion, not only will it motivate you, you'll notice all of the things that y'all capable of doing together. But a lot of men run into a woman who's on an equal playing field as them, and then they demand the woman to fall back on traditional values, which is cool. But as a man, you need to be capable of providing the lifestyle to that woman that she's capable of providing herself. The fact of the matter is that a lot of the shit that men believe women should be are all of the things that men are taught not to be, because it will make you a bum. And I feel like it's an ego stroke for a lot of men to fuck with a woman who's a bum because they're not challenged in any way. They can be the same bum ass nigga regardless because the woman is dependent on them. I'm saying that to say the best thing a woman can be in 2024 is educated and able. Don't depend on nobody for shit. Go get it yourself.
Shut up, it is not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Man is weak. He's gonna sit there and be like, well, shit. Like, how the fuck can I manipulate this woman? Like, she already got so much more above me, you know? Like, some men really do, like, it becomes an egotistical thing where men already connect money with power. So if they see the woman got more power, like, you know, that imbalance in a relationship, like, a weak-ass man is gonna sit there and fucking crumble. And I really do feel like Jason heavily gives off that. Because you know why? Because fast forward to now, obviously we know they fucking didn't end up together. He look at him, instead of, he still to this fucking day has not sat there and decided, let me learn a new skill. Let me elevate my fucking life. He's really sitting in his fat ass on TikTok, screaming and begging money on TikTok live. That's quite literally proving my fucking point, where it's like, he's a weak ass man, like a fucking man who sees a woman that got more success than them, that should elevate them, or he should be asking for advice for the girl. Like, yo, I'm so fucking inspired by you. Like, you're so, like, intelligent. Like, you really sat there and got this shit on your own. Like, what would you recommend? Like, that could be such a beautiful ass thing. But instead, like, I really do feel like he was bringing Trisha down, maybe subconsciously. I don't know if it's intentional. I'm not going to sit there and say it was intentional. But men do that. Like, men really fucking do that. We could literally bring Steve and Miranda from Sex and the City. Ah! We can make that a whole fucking thing itself. Another one, intimidated by Miranda's success. And in the beginning, you can tell he was always trying to bring her down. Like, always, like, they will always try to bring her, like, the fucking partner down because they're intimidated by you. Because a man should be sitting there and elevating or being inspired to elevate when they see a woman doing better than them. But if they're a weak ass man, they're gonna sit there and be like, well, shit, I basically don't, I can't even, like, compete. And it's like with Jason, it's like he still has not changed shit at all. Like he's sitting on his big ass fucking on TikTok live begging children for money. Instead of really sitting there being like, yo, like, I really should elevate myself. If I really do love comedy so much, let me fucking, like, develop some connections to try to find some connections to talk to big comedians and learn from them or interview them, like, whatever. Like, he could go through so many business fucking like, he could go through so many business routes because he, like, is pretty established, has a following. But instead, he sits on his big ass. So, like, that's my personal opinion, a weak ass man. And it's unfortunate because when it comes to Trisha, it's like you can tell like this really devastated her because it's like all she wanted was love. And this woman would beg this man like, oh my God, I really want kids. And he'll be like, oh, I already have 2 kids. Or she'll be like, I at least want to get married. He's like, well, I already got married. And then correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't he fucking marry a fucking like younger woman? I don't know if that's still if they're still married. I don't know what the fuck happened with that, but I did see that go viral. I could have sworn I reported on that. But like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure he remarried with someone that like, there's like, it's like that Big and Carrie situation where they're like, oh my God, I don't want to marry. I went through it before. If he wanted to, he fucking would. Same thing with Big and fucking Carrie with like how he married Natasha. He only known her for a couple months and he fucking married her. Like if a man wanted to, he would. So, to add my personal experience into this whole situation, I recently got on 2 dates with 2 different people. So this one guy, he was really sweet, really like treated me really nice. And he was really introducing me into like what I really wanted for myself and what I really wanted from a man. And like, he really did show me that like, wow, this is what it feels like when a guy likes you. Like, you know, when a guy really likes you and you're talking and he just shows so much interest, like he's actually listening and he like, it's like music to his ears, whatever's coming out of your mouth. That's such a beautiful indicator that he really does like you. Or like, he really wants to sit there and like, wants to spend more time with you. He wants to really get to know you. You'll just know. And this other guy, like we go way back, like we known each other for probably over a decade. And we like, you know, went on a date for the first time and bitch, he got me these flowers because my birthday did just pass. And it's like little things like that. I'm like, if he wanted to, he fucking would. Because my situationship that I dealt with last year, like you could just like completely tell he had no interest in actually taking me out on a date. Because he'll be like, oh, something just came up last minute. I can't take you out on a date. Like when we were like scheduled to like, you know, go out somewhere. Or I will never forget when he was like, oh my God, I'm going to get this big tattoo. So wherever we go, can it please be affordable? Because I'm going to spend a lot of money on this tattoo. And I'm like, these were like the fucking early signs that this mother obviously didn't fucking like me. And our first link up was at his house. You could just tell he just wanted to hook up. But it's like things like that. Like, and that really did destroy me for a long time. Like that really killed my confidence and my self-worth of like, oh my God, is that all I am? Like just a piece of ass to like hook up with. And it made me cry because I was so infatuated with this man once upon a time. And I'll never forget when he had no desire to take me out. And then whenever he wanted to go out like in public, it was like, oh, I want you to meet my friends. Like you could tell I was like an ego stroke for him. Like, oh, I have this beautiful woman and my friends, they all said that you're beautiful and they would like to meet you. But it's like, you don't even want to go on a date one-on-one. Like you just want me to meet your friends so it can be an ego stroke for you. It's like things like that. But then there's these 2 fucking guys that I went out with, you could just tell whenever I spoke, they had so much like interest on what I had to say. This guy bought me flowers on the first fucking day and like opened my door for me and always asked about like, oh my God, so like I see you on YouTube, I see you on your podcast, I see you like doing your thing. Like tell me more about what do you want to do in the future? Like he actually gave a shit. And that's when you know when a guy will want to, he would. And the other guy, he just would never, he never would have. Like I just was never going to be that for him. And you know what? The biggest thing that I need to get this ingrained to all the women, men, anyone out there that are listening or watching, that does not mean you're not worthy. Like if he did not see any value towards you to invest in, that doesn't mean that you don't have value, period. You just don't have value to him. But who the fuck are they? Like, you know, you lived a whole life before you even knew this person. Stop fucking putting him on a pedestal and trying to like make it seem like you don't have fucking value. Now, fast forward to the conversation with Trisha and Moses. If he wanted to, he would. Literally, for all the people that have been around during that Frenemies lore, you would know that when Trisha and Moses, you know, they were obviously quarantining back in 2020, and you know, that's how they really started messing around with each other. And I kid you not, like, correct me if I'm wrong, like, they were not even together for a full fucking year, and his man already proposed to her, which was the most cutest, most beautiful proposal ever. And it was her cosplaying, and y'all know how much Trisha loves cosplaying, so it's like literally like he was trying to connect it with her love language, which is so beautiful. Like, he proposed to her, they bought a house together, and then like shortly after they like officially got married, they're already like, I'm pretty sure like it was literally a couple months after they were married or so, like she already was pregnant with her first child, Malibu. If he fucking wanted to, he would. Like, Jason came up with every excuse possible on why he can't give her a kid, why he can't, you know, marry her at least, or, you know, whatever, like the case may fucking be. But when it came to Moses, there's no excuses in sight, because he fucking saw value in her, and he loved her, and he wanted to. He wanted to. And that's what I really want this episode to be about. It's like, sometimes we get so attached to a projection of what we want someone to be, like the idea of them. And it's like we're literally robbing ourselves joy. Like, we're robbing ourselves of joy doing that. Because can you imagine you holding on to a fucking Jason when you could have a Moses? Like, the way that Moses treats her, like the way that he's like on board with her cosplay, the way that they're already having they already had their second baby together, and he's like being a full dad and a husband. Literally everything that Trisha ever wanted, this man gave to her with no hesitation.
Let's see what you did. Okay, you had 8 of these, only 2 left. Now, mind you, I had none. So she did all this. And she had 7 of these. You had 15.
That's 75% of the nuggets at 8.
I mean, that's...
Babe, I might need to do one more.
No, you're good. I don't think you need to do it. And think about Jonah.
One more nugget.
So lovely, so
one more nugget, babe. Nug me.
I think we should stop.
I'm a supportive boyfriend. I'll feed myself.
No, it's the opposite. I am the supportive boyfriend.
What, you won't love me if I get fat?
What has been the best part about being married?
You.
Aww. That's sweet.
No, but I mean, like having you in my life, that's the best part.
Oh my god.
It's fun.
I think about it all the time. I've been getting so emotional lately where I'm just like, okay, like Thanksgiving, I'm like, oh my god, we're together for the holidays. Like, I get so emotional. Sometimes I just look at him, and I think marriage, honestly, the person gets better.
Why? Because if he wanted to, he would. But when it comes to a man who doesn't want to, they're going to sit there and tell you everything possible to stall you from what you actually want, because they gain from being with you, just not investing in you. They don't see the value to invest in you, which of course that's a really fucking humbling thing. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's really easy said and done for me to be like, oh bitch, he doesn't like you, he doesn't see value in you. That's fucking humbling. Don't get me fucking wrong. When I was in my situationship last year, that was fucking humbling to know this man does just not fucking like me. And even now, like dating, when I talked about my whole series of, you know, the ugly side of pretty privilege, me dating now, a lot of guys just see my only value is like my physical appearance and sex. That is the sad reality. But you know what? There's going to be a man who's going to look at you and see so much more than that, who will not even give a shit about ever fucking touching you physically. They just want to know you. They see your value. But don't fucking settle for a Jason. Because look at him now. And look at Trisha. Don't you think that's so ironic? How like Jason's really sitting there on TikTok live. We thought for a long time, like even Trisha, she was so heartbroken after that breakup, because she was sitting there like, oh my God, he gets to win. Like, he's here thriving with the vlog squad. Look at the vlog squad now. Look at them now. And then look at Trisha. She literally got everything that she ever wanted, because she did not settle. Of course, it wasn't her choice. Like, it's sad, because she probably would have settled. Hence, like, if he didn't cut the cord with her, they probably would have still been messing around to this day. And she still would have been so sad and so heartbroken. And really think about that as well. Like, let's really bring this up on the fact that she, you know, she got 5150 because of, like, you know, Jason. And it's like, look at Moses. He would never even put her in that position to, like, even, like, be that mentally unwell. If anything, this is probably the most like mentally, like the just the healthiest we've ever seen Trisha. And it's because of Moses. He stimulates her and makes her the like best version of herself that she could possibly be, and he loves her. Because if he wanted to, he would. And that is like the sad reality sometimes of like, wow, like it's sad when a guy just doesn't like you. It's fucking humbling when you really like them. But do you really want a Jason or do you want a Moses? Come on now. If he wanted to, he would. Like, that's really the case. That's literally all that it will ever come down to, you know? Like, with my situationship, he told me all the right things because he knew that if he didn't, like keep trying to, like, tell me what I wanted to hear, we will, like, us women, we will find our power to leave. But men don't want you to find the power to leave because then they start losing access to you. And they start losing power in the situation, you know? That's why a lot of girls are like, but he's confusing because he tells me all the things that I want to hear, but he doesn't follow up with his actions. Because if he just stayed consistent and just was like, I'm not going to text this bitch ever, I'm not going to tell her what she wants to hear, you're going to end up leaving. But he needs to confuse you and make you think, oh, I do want something with her, even though my actions don't even align with that. It's like, I need to have her thinking that I want something with her so she won't, like, cut me off. And it's fucked up, but that's really how men operate. But here's another thing that men operate on is the fact that if they like you, they will not hide that. Like, you will know. Like, there will not be a doubt in your fucking body or head. Because you're going to be like, wow, this guy shows up for me in a way that I didn't even know was possible. This man is always asking about me. Like, he's always trying to protect me and always, like, makes me feel safe. Like, I'm literally at so many videos of the way that Moses treats Trisha compared to how Jason treated Trisha. Do you see the difference here? Like, you can obviously tell who wanted who and who didn't want who. And Jason didn't want Trisha. But he's a fucking weak-ass man. I don't even think he knows what he wants. And he shot himself in the foot. And he has a lot of healing to do. A lot of fucking growing to do. Just a lot of it. And at the end of the day, Trisha dodged the biggest bullet ever because look at the situation now. And look how much she is thriving. All because she ended up getting exactly what she wanted. But women, do not be a Trisha in a sense where it's like you're just like waiting for them to finally choose you. Because for her, she probably would have settled with Jason if he actually haven't had left her, you know? But some women are in the situation where he won't leave you, so you have to be the one strong enough to leave. So anyone out there, fucking leave. Because a man, there is someone out there on this planet Earth who will give you everything you fucking want. And I see so many comments in these videos that go on my For You page where everyone's like, oh my God, I'm so emotional. Like, I feel like a lot of us has grown with Trisha. I know I have. There's this one video specifically where I saw her literally crying. I think it was in a closet or something. She was crying because she said she's always heartbroken and she feels like her past is coming to bite her in the ass so she'll never find love. And then look at her now. Like, she found, like, I feel like Trisha gives a lot of us hope that it's like there's someone out there and you just have to wait. She had to get in her 30s. So if you're in your 20s now, just let this be the time where you're literally looking for what you want, but just do not ever fucking settle. Do not settle for a Jason when you can have a Moses. Okay? But yeah, that is everything for today's podcast episode. Thank you guys so much for watching or listening. And there is a big rebrand for this podcast that's coming up soon, and stay tuned for that, basically, because I am thinking about rebranding the logo. Maybe rebranding the title itself. I don't know, but it's in the works. Okay, so stay tuned for that. I love you guys so much. Make sure to comment down below your thoughts and opinions on this episode. Talk about your experience, if you ever dealt with a Jason and now you have a Moses, or maybe you're still waiting for your Moses, because girl, you and I both. Okay, you and I both. But I love you guys so much, and I really hope this reaches the people that it needs to reach. And just know that you're so much more deserving of a fucking Jason. You deserve a Moses and so much more. If you are watching this on the YouTube podcast channel, make sure to give it a thumbs up and make sure to hit that subscribe button down below, because I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers, so please. And if you are listening to this on Spotify, make sure to give it a 5 stars rating, because bitch, run us through, okay? We need these lights to stay on. But yeah, that is everything. I love you guys so much, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.